What's up, fuckers, and welcome to the first rebuild of the offseason that we're going to be doing today here on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. We're going to start with my Celtics today. Obviously had a very underwhelming season. Obviously lost in 5 games to the Brooklyn Nets in round number 1. Decided to start with them because they are very much underachieving. So as always, if you guys do want to continue, or me to continue this series, we can just pretty much just rip this one straight up until free agency happens. I believe free agency starts in August, so we can kind of pace it out a little bit. Kind of get, all 30 teams done. Obviously, there's some teams you guys probably want to see ahead. So, as always, make sure to let me know those teams you want to see down below in the comment section, along with any other video ideas. And as always, if you guys are new around here, just watch these videos. Feel free to subscribe. So, it sucks start today doesn't work because I do have to go ahead and sim the entire, 2020-2021 season, before we do get into this rebuild, because that first season right there doesn't really count. I will say the Celtics obviously ended up as a 7 seed. In real life, we ended up as a 5 seed here. So, it's not that big of a deal. We actually lost in the first round as well. It's not that big of a difference, but with some of these teams, you might see a little bit of a bigger difference. It sucks here that 2K really doesn't have start today working. I mean, they just show less and less every year how much they care about the My League, MyNBA community, whatever you want to call it. So it sucks, but got to make do with what you got, man. So as always, if you guys, this is your first time watching anything, these are not realistic rebuilds. I never want anybody to think that these are realistic whatsoever. I see a lot of guys doing realistic rebuilds, and that's just want to make that clear that these are not realistic whatsoever. So basically the way it's going to work, I do 3 season rebuilds pretty much all the time. We're going to do, off-season, season, off-season, season, off-season, season. So you guys are going to get 3 off-seasons compared to the 2 that you do normally get. So I think that's going to be kind of cool, obviously starting right off the rip right now. So this team has a lot of problems, obviously made a lot of moves yesterday. You guys are going to be seeing this video on Thursday. Yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, Danny Ainge technically retired from his position. Brad Stevens was promoted to head of basketball operations. They are now in search for a new head coach and potentially a new GM if they do end up going that route as well, because technically Brad Stevens is not the GM right now. I mean, that's what Danny Ainge did, but I don't think he's going to have that role. So, league meetings. That was a lot to get out there. That was quite a bit to get out there right now. We're going to head up to the draft lottery right now. I wish we had a lottery pick. Unfortunately, we do not. As you can see, some of these teams here ended up being a little bit better than, they were in real life, but still relatively similar lottery. The Sacramento Kings end up with the number 1 overall pick, staff signing. So here's the thing. Obviously, I don't have a head of basketball operations here. I don't even sign a GM just because, I technically am the GM. I can sign assistant GM. I don't think I'm going to fire Brad Stevens. He has good ratings. Theoretically, I could fire him. If I could promote him in any way, shape, or form, I would. I don't really think there's a way for me to get him to the assistant GM spot. I'm pretty sure everybody here. All right, so there's coaches here, but is there a way? I don't think there's any head coaching spots here, is there? You can't sign a head coach, can you? No, you can't sign a head coach. So I'm just going to leave Brad Stevens. Jamie Young and Jay Larranaga can stay. Jamie Young's probably going to get fired. Mason Miller, you're fine. Ed Thompson, goodbye. Okay, now we're going to be sitting here for a little while. Okay. Randy Martin, going to bring him in here. Assistant coach Peterson as well. Hopefully we get both those guys. Then hopefully Owen Masters is here. Absolutely perfect. We can call it an offseason. So, the front office isn't exactly 100% realistic. I do apologize about that. If the Celtics had their next head coach locked up, I would maybe consider a little bit more letting Stevens just, go to somewhere else. But, they currently do not, so I'm not really going to play that game with it. So, we take a look at our picks right now. We do have the 22nd overall pick, same first round and second round. I have some moves I want to do with this team. If we take a look at Kemba Walker's numbers, 20.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5 assists. I think it's a good thing that I do play with injuries off. But obviously, he's probably not in my plans for the future. So, he definitely could be in a trade. I think there's a lot of moves that do need to be made with this team, so I'll see you guys with the first trade. So the Minnesota Timberwolves are being nice to me today. They're going to go ahead and give me a 25-year-old D'Angelo Russell along with a 25-year-old Juan Hernan-Gomez for Kemba Walker, our 22nd pick in the first and second round, along with the future lottery-protected first. I think Hernan-Gomez is probably just going to go ahead and get me another first because I actually would not mind going ahead and getting Nesmith some minutes off the bench. Actually was pretty solid for the Celtics in the playoffs. That being said, they didn't have a ton of depth, but I'll still take it. So unprotected first from Chicago next year. Fine by me. We will not be drafting anybody this year, unfortunately. Team player options. I hate Grant. Actually, I can get a first-round pick for Grant. It's because 2K's so dumb that it's just going to let me do it. I don't like Grant Williams whatsoever. I don't think he's good at all. I don't think he belongs on a lot of NBA rosters. I mean, there's probably a few he could find a spot on, but definitely not the Celtics. Atlanta Hawks want to give me an unprotected Oklahoma City first-round pick. I'm pretty much going to do that every day of the week. I think Carson Edwards' time probably could be coming to an end here. I don't really love him, and I don't really have a spot for him. So I think Carson Edwards, I liked you for a little while, man. I just unfortunately think it's time to move on, and a first-round pick from Cleveland is fine by me. So we take a look at this roster right now. D'Angelo Russell's obviously, a nice young new addition to this team. I don't mind starting Smart. I think it is unfortunate he's going to be a free agent after this year. I believe he is. He might have a player option. No, he doesn't. He's just a straight up free agent. So he's probably going to ask for a lot of money. He's getting a little bit on the older side now, so we'll have to see what he does request. But I don't know if we're going to win a championship with him as our starting shooting guard, if I'm being honest here. So we do have a 9-man rotation right now. Obviously, Tatum doesn't really need a backup. I don't think we have any major free agents besides Evan Fournier. Yeah, he is still here. I think I'm probably going to sign him just because I really don't want Romeo Langford as the backup here. So he definitely could be in a trade at some point, him being Evan Fournier. So I'd be willing to give him $16 million for now with a player option, just because we do have those bird rights on him. And again, we really don't have money to sign anybody else. So I think Jabari Parker, Luke Cornett's times here is probably just coming to an end. If this was a realistic rebuild, I would obviously not be doing this way. But in an unrealistic rebuild, I'm perfectly fine taking this route. So Romeo Langford does have a team option next year. Either could develop and potentially be a backup shooting guard next year for me, or it could just be in some sort of trade when you cross that line. So I also really am excited to see if Robert Williams can progress. I think he's a really solid, nice young piece we do have on this team. I think he can actually be really solid for this team. He's looked really good in that Brooklyn series for the games that he did play for the Celtics, but we will see. Tristan Thompson looked tremendous in the Brooklyn series, and I'm not one to give Tristan Thompson credit. I'm not a huge fan of him, but that's it for now. We're not making any huge the camera just went out of focus. I do apologize about that. We're not making any huge crazy moves, this offseason anyways, but not bad. Not bad. I would say the D'Angelo Russell move is definitely a solid addition. So I'll see you guys in the rotation at the start of the first year. So we got the rotation all set here at the start of year number 1. Again, I think we made a pretty significant move, obviously getting rid of Kemba Walker. I almost kind of wish this was a realistic rebuild just because I would have rather tried to find a trade that, wasn't as easy for Kemba, but would have made this rebuild probably a little bit harder, but it's fine. Maybe we'll do a realistic rebuild of the Celtics offseason at some point. But D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams going to be the starting 5 here for the first season. We obviously re-signed Evan Fournier off the bench. I think he's going to be a pretty key contributor for us. I still think it's absolutely criminal, the fact that he wears number 94. I don't know what that's about. If somebody has any idea, does he have a personal connection to the number in any way, shape, or form? Did he wear it while he was in France? I don't know. If somebody knows, please let me know down below in the comment section. Tristan Thompson, going to remain our backup center here. He's definitely serviceable enough to be our backup big man. Then we're getting a couple young guys here in Peyton Pritchard and Aaron Nesmith some minutes. So hopefully they can both develop and eventually contribute. And we do have Romeo Langford here, if we do need him. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. Hopefully not another underwhelming year. I think we definitely made some pretty big improvements. Even if they were pretty small, on some ends, even just, going ahead and letting Robert Williams develop, re-signing Evan Fournier. Those are kind of the smaller things. D'Angelo Russell was obviously kind of the bigger one. We did that offseason. So that being said, I am very excited to see what this team can do. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. So getting back to 50 wins was definitely something I wanted to do here in the first year. Luckily, we were able to do it. We went 53-29. Here, good enough for 4th seed here in the Eastern Conference. Looks like, the East is kind of heating up a little bit. Joel Embiid is your MVP for the Philadelphia 76ers. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year, Precious Achiuwa, Jonathan Isaac, Luke Kennard, and Steve Nash, 16-22 for the Brooklyn Nets. So we have a first-round matchup with the Chicago Bulls. Honestly, it definitely could have been a lot worse. Jason Tatum, oh my God, probably an MVP candidate. D'Lo was super solid. Jaylen Brown. I am excited about this team. Robert Williams, didn't really do it in the points department. I don't really need him to. If he's going to put up 13 rebounds, I don't really have a problem with that. He shot 55% from the field. I'm assuming he didn't take any threes. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Sometimes, 2K will get in a weird system and they'll just start having guys like Rudy Gobert and Robert Williams take threes when they're just not supposed to. Yeah, you never know. I see stuff in 2K every single... Milwaukee's an 8 seed. I see stuff in 2K every single day that you would be surprised about. So, we do have Chicago here in the first round. Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Pat Williams, Larry Market, and they ended up re-signing him. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I'm excited to see where he's going to end up in real life. I don't think, he has a future in Chicago. It looks like it didn't really work out there to their fullest hopes, but, it is what it is. Okay, and we lose to Chicago in the first round. I don't get this game sometimes, man. Lakers-Nets finals, LeBron at the age of 37 wins another finals and another finals MVP. There's just sometimes in this game that I just really don't get. I mean, I'm not saying we were going to win a championship this year by any means, but, for the love of God, we shouldn't be losing to Chicago, who might have even been a lottery team. And, oh, my God, that Oklahoma City pick's going to come in clutch. I also found a new 2022 draft class. Now, don't get me wrong, I have not tested it out yet, so I do not know the ratings on it. But we're going to go ahead and send this draft lottery because we have a top 3 projected pick. We actually have the same odds to get the number 1 overall pick. And we fall to 5, obviously, because, why the fuck wouldn't we fall to number 5? So, I'm still fine with Stevens. It's not him. I mean, he has good ratings. I mean, it might be maybe the system he's running, but I'm going to keep him. I don't really think he's the problem right now. That could be me being a biased Celtics fan, but that's also, 2K giving him the A+ and the A ratings. I mean, I think it'd be dumb to let that go for a guy who has worse ratings. So 5 and 23 in the first round. We got 26 in the second round as well. This fifth overall, this is the new draft class I found. I forget who exactly it was by, but it looks a little different. There's no Amoni Bates in this class. Is he 22 or 23? Like class of, not age. I don't know. I do recognize a lot of these names, which is good. I think this is probably going to be better, whatever it ends up being. I'll definitely check the overalls in some of these guys. That also being said, I don't know if we're going to be really using this pick, and if we do, it could be somebody that we draft immediately and then trade, just because I think, Marcus Smart might have to be included in the trade as much as it might hurt me. I'm trying to win a championship here. I'm not trying to please the green teamers that are out there. So we might draft somebody number 5. That being said, for these 2 later picks, though, I think we do have 2 nice young players off the bench, and Peyton Pritchard. And why the fuck am I forgetting the other one's name? I'm forgetting. He's from Vanderbilt. I'm literally just total mind blank right now. How am I forgetting his name? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm going to draft somebody number 5. I don't know this draft class. The one I just downloaded right now. Okay, so the overalls aren't great. They definitely could be worse, though. I will say that. I don't think anybody really has made a good 2022 draft class, on PlayStation 5 yet that I have seen. I will keep doing my research, but for now, we might just go ahead and draft Massa Diabate. I'm horrible with names. You guys know this, from Michigan. He's the highest prospect, and again, could be on the move. So I also could take the route of starting him, moving Brown down to shooting guard, moving Tatum down to small forward. That also is another route I could take. But we will obviously cross that road when we get there. He's going to be an 81 overall for us, so his trade value is probably crazy high. Aaron Nesmith, that's who I'm talking about. Jesus Christ, thank you very much. Qualifying Robert Williams, I definitely do want him back. He was really solid for us. Unfortunately, this is not a year where we do have any money. It definitely could have some next year, though. So Robert Williams wants 20. Oh, my God. You see, I would go ahead and just give him the qualifying offer, but if I'm being honest, I have to go ahead and pay him next year anyways, so it just seems kind of redundant not to pay him right now. So I will wait on him, but I do want to get Smart back. I unfortunately might end up packaging Marcus Smart in a trade alongside Evan Fournier, maybe for an upgrade of some sort. Nothing's 100% guaranteed yet. I also wouldn't mind bringing back Thompson back. I think he's definitely solid enough. So Jakar Sampson, all you guys can go. I don't know why Evan Turner's still in the game. He's actually an assistant coach for the Celtics in real life. But yeah, we're going to be paying Robert Williams a lot of money right now. I don't think he's going to get nearly this much money in free agency unless a team just goes absolutely crazy and just gives him a shit ton of money. But I don't really foresee that happening. But I think we definitely need to upgrade the shooting guard spot, whether that be we move Brown down there, move Tatum back to small forward, or whatever the situation may be. We have Massa here as well now. So I don't know. I do like this team. I just think we're probably a shooting guard away, or a starting shooting guard anyways away from winning a championship. So, I will see you guys probably with some sort of trade. Okay. Didn't think that was going to go through, but we just got actually Zach LaVine for pretty much nothing. I'm actually really surprised that went through. I'll show you that trade real Thompson. It was literally just Fournier, Thompson, and 2 first-round picks. I thought it would take more than that, but that being said, Zach LaVine is officially on this team. I was able to save Marcus Smart. I was able to save Massa, so they're all chilling. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this rotation now. How tall is Massa? Is 6'10". What happens if I move him down to the center spot? He's a 78 overall. Honestly, maybe his progression will get a little bit more weird. I'd honestly be fine with that. I think Romeo Langford's time is probably up here. I don't mind Nesmith coming off the bench. What were his numbers? 5 points. His per 36 numbers were fucking nuts, but I think Langford's, in the final year of his deal. Maybe I can just rekindle one of these first-round picks. But what I want to tell you is, guys, I obviously showed you me trying to get Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, none of those worked. I actually, hear me out, and I almost sold my soul to the devil if this trade would have went through. Kyrie only had 4 stars in trade value. I couldn't get it to go through no matter what combo I did, but there was a possibility of Kyrie coming back here, and that would have been crazy. I would have absolutely 100% sold my soul to the devil if I had done that, but I did not end up doing that. So, we got Zach LaVine here. He just came off an absolutely crazy year at a team in Chicago that actually just beat us. So, I'm definitely happy to have him here. I'm definitely thinking this team's going to be a lot better. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. So, year number 2, I'm actually really excited to see what this team can do. Obviously, bringing in Zach LaVine, just an absolutely huge addition to this squad. I think he's definitely going to help contribute a lot. So, we now have 4 guys here that can put up 20-plus a game, which is absolutely crazy. Obviously, not all 4 of them are going to do that. That'd be absolutely nuts. I don't think it's going to happen anyways. But year number 2, D'Angelo Russell, Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and still going strong with Robert Williams. The dude is up to an 85 overall. Really excited to see what he can do right here for us. Bench, I was able to save Marcus Smart. The green teamer in me was able to do it. I don't know. You can be mad at me for not including him in a trade, but I'm very comfortable with Levine. Peyton Pritchard, Moussa Diabate. Again, I'm horrible with names, so that's the closest it's going to get for me. He's down to a 78 overall from his 81 because I moved him to center. I don't know. Maybe it's a little more realistic in the overall department. I don't really know. I don't really care. What number is he wearing? Number 9. And then Aaron Nesmith here as well. Hopefully he can just be a good sharpshooter, maybe play some good perimeter defense for us off the bench. All right, that is going to be it here for year number 2. I'm excited to see what this team can do. I'm definitely hoping we're definitely not going to lose in the first round this year. We should definitely be competing for a championship. I don't know if we do. I don't know what else to do if we don't, honestly. So, see you guys at the end of year number 2. So we wrap up year number 2 right here, the 2023 NBA season. We are a 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, number 1 in the power rankings as well. I didn't see a record we could do. We could have any record, if we're being honest. Luka Doncic does take home a first MVP award here for the Dallas Mavericks. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so, we took a dip in the overall department, but the numbers went up. So, yeah, still looking for that 2022 draft class, man. This is why I hate doing future rebuilds. Russell Westbrook, 6th Man of the Year in Memphis. How much money is he making? I can't see contracts right now. Seriously? I don't know why I can't see contracts right now. That's kind of weird. 61-21 is the record. Why can't you see contracts and awards? That's dumb. Where is he? He's in Memphis. They're not in the playoffs. I'm actually genuinely curious how much money he's making. Huh? What the? What? Huh? What is going? What? Oh. I don't know if I'm more blown away about the fact that that's an actual team or the fact that they're not in the playoffs. You're telling me that they're worse than the Sacramento Kings and the Houston Rockets? What? And the Minnesota Timberwolves? What is going on right now? What on God's green earth is going on right now? All right. We actually almost had 420-plus point per game, guys. Let's just ignore whatever the fuck that was. In Jesus Christ, take a look at our numbers right here. 14.5 boards for Williams. I love it. All right. Kennedy Chandler, Bradley Beal are almost teammate. Denny Avdija, Rui Hachimura, Mitchell Robinson's a huge new addition for them there. In Washington, I think we're probably just a little bit too good for them, though. We do go on to win in 5. Us in Philly here, Tyrese Maxey, Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris. Okay, you have Ben Simmons coming off the bench now. Okay. Thanks for coming. Us in Miami, we got a rematch here, the 2020 Bubble Eastern Conference Finals. And you got Steph Curry on this team now. We're just fucking God damn it, dude. How do you have money for that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how? No, like, I'm actually genuinely curious because Steph's making what, $44 million a year? 40, yeah. Okay, $40 million. He's still on his rookie contract. $34 million. $2 million's fine. $30 million. Bobby Portis signed for 1. How much is Otto Porter making? 9. Kaminsky's on 9. I feel like 9 for none. How much is Duncan Robinson? 8. How do you have money for this? Is that a rematch of the 2006 NBA Finals right there? Like, how do you have the money for that? You know, this game just confuses me sometimes. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, draft lottery time. We are into an offseason. Oh baby, we're projected the number 1 overall pick now. I don't know if there's some weird swap on that we're going to end up not getting it, and we do not have it. It's actually fell to number 5, and it's Oklahoma City's pick anyways. So. I'm still not going to fire Brad Stevens. He still has good ratings, man, if I'm being honest. I don't think Jerry Larinaga is the issue either. I don't know. I'm just going to stick with him, man. I really, really am. It could come back and bite me in the ass, but I'm confident. Oh, wait. We have the Clippers pick. I didn't even see that at pick number 6. And I definitely sure as shit don't know this draft class. Yeah, I don't know this draft class at all. Scottie Pippen Jr. is here, but unfortunately, I think we're probably going to be trading this pick. And I don't even know what to work on at this point. What do I do? I mean, Jaylen Brown, or who's a free agent? Oh, D'Lo's a free agent. Okay. I might try something crazy. Hang on a second. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find, a solid maximum crazy he asked deal. So, we're just going to do this trade with the Pacers. J.D. Davidson, he was the 13th overall pick in 2022. We take a look at his numbers from last year. They honestly were pretty solid for the 13th overall pick. So, he's 20 years old. He's going to be my backup point guard. I'm fine with it. We really didn't need to draft anybody. I know we're just trading for a 20-year-old. It's basically the same thing as drafting somebody. But, at least I know overall, he has an assigned spot. So Pritchard's going to come back. He's probably just going to get me a pick. I want to upgrade Nesmith as well. I actually genuinely don't know what else to do with this team. You can blame me for saying, keeping Robert Williams, but he's clearly not the issue. I need to make sure I get D'Angelo Russell back because he's a very key, important piece of this team. He actually has an offer from the Miami Heat. Oh, wow. Yeah, go join the Heat, who just won the finals. Go join Steph Curry. All them. LeBron's a free agent here. Looks like he's going to be going back to the Lakers on a one-year deal. This is a pretty good free agency class as well. But, our only priority here was D'Angelo Russell, as he's pretty much our only free agent. We have a trade exception from Romeo Langford, but D'Lo's back on this team. I don't know what to do. I seriously have actually no idea. I might try to make one blockbuster move, but if not, I guess I'll see you guys in the rotation. Oh, okay. That one quickly, I was just going to keep adding first round picks. That's why I clicked off that so fast. I will show you guys the absolute blockbuster trade we just made, picking up Damian Lillard to come to this team. D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart, and three first round picks. And we get a Damian Lillard who is one of the most clutch playoff performers I've literally ever seen in my life. So yeah, we got older at the spot, but we 100% got better in my opinion, even if the overall doesn't show it. I think Damian Lillard's far and away clearly going to, be better than D'Angelo Russell at this point in time. I don't really think there's much questioning that. So, yeah. That being said, Peyton Pritchard's probably gone. I need to get a new backup shooting guard for him, with whatever else I have left in the pick department. I also wouldn't mind maybe upgrading Aaron Nesmith. So, first and second round pick here. I'm looking for a new backup shooting guard. Okay, of course, I'm really not getting offered anything here. Trey Burke, Malachi Flynn, how tall are you? You're 6'1". That's just really not going to work for me. Okay, are there any free agents here that I can afford? Duncan Robinson would be a great shooter off the bench for me. Duncan Robinson, welcome to the team. You're going to be my new backup shooting guard. And now that's going to let me go ahead and package Peyton Pritchard along with Aaron Nesmith and a first-round pick for a new backup small forward, and we're going to call it a day. Jeremy Lamb could be an option. Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably who I'm going to go with, though. Actually, no. I'm going to go with Otto Porter. He's going to bring some size to this team, especially I'm going to move him down to that small forward spot. And I'm excited to see what he can do with this squad. So, Dame is now here. I don't really know what else I'd have to do for this team to win. Robert Williams is not the problem. If you think he is, you're smoking pot at this point. But this is going to be it, man. This is the squad we're going with. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. Seriously, if this team can't win a championship, I actually genuinely don't know what to do. I would just honestly say this game's out to get me if this team doesn't win a championship. I mean, look at this team right here. It's crazy. Damian Lillard, Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams. Bench, J.D. Davidson, Massa, Otto Porter, and Duncan Robinson, man. I mean, it's a crazy, scary squad. See you guys at the end of the third and final year. For all of you watching, please find me a new 2022 draft class. This is fucking dumb at this point. I mean, 35.5 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. I would like to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Shaquille O'Neal, who can shoot three-pointers. I mean, I don't, what? Seriously, look at his three-point percentage. 43.5%. What does Stephen Clay shoot? 44? Are you kidding me? He's literally a fucking cheat code. He was playing more than 36 minutes. And I don't really know what to do with that. Kahihi Clark, I don't know. AJ Griffin, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chet Holmgren also wins most improved, 67-15 for us. Well, we're not going to probably have to face Utah here in the NBA Finals, luckily, because they are actually not in the NBA playoffs. Houston, wow. I picked up Embiid, funny enough. I don't know how that's a 1 seed still. Let's take a look at some player stats on the year real quick. Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard. I mean, this team is crazy. If this team doesn't win a championship, man, I legitimately, genuinely don't know what to do. I actually will have no idea. We sweep Atlanta, moving on to Charlotte. LaMelo, Malcolm Brogdon, Middleton, Mark Mitchell, and Bobby Portis. There's no way this team even touches us. Winning 5. Miami, who beat us last year. We are so much better than them. It's not even funny. It's really not. Make it 7. I already showed you Houston starting 5. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but there's no way they're touching us. We get it done in 6, man. Okay, this is the first video in a long time that I'm actually genuinely surprised that we actually won a championship. Because there are some rebuilds that I do that I'm wow, this team should have won a championship, and I lose in the first or second round. This team thankfully made it to the finals. And we got the Celtics banner 18. Holy fuck, that took... Wow. Okay, thank God that happened. I'm in a little bit of a better mood than I would have been if we didn't win one. So please let me know down below in the comment section what you want to see next. For these offseason rebuilds. I'm currently trying to wrap up the Trading Every Player series. I do want to finish that. I don't just want to put that on hold. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do teams that I haven't done yet, so I feel like it would be not fair, kind of just not to do that. But the Celtics losing and everything that happened yesterday, with their front office changes and stuff like that, really kind of inspired me to do this series. So I'm excited to do all 30 teams with this, though. We're going to try to get all 30 done before we do hit that, I believe, August 2nd or 3rd free agency window, whatever it may be. Whenever that legal tampering period does start. So we're going to try to do it. I mean, again, we just started June, so we have basically, June to July, July to August. We have like 60 days to get this done. I'm pretty sure it's probably possible to get 30 of these done in 60 days, but that's just my opinion, especially as soon as we wrap up the Trading Every Player rebuild. So, as always, if you guys are new around here, please make sure to subscribe. It does help with the channel quite a bit. This video has probably been already long enough, so I do not want to take up any more of your time. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I genuinely do appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one.